Back in 2003, when the Hong Kong government first tried to enact national security laws as prescribed by Article 23 of the Hong Kong Basic Law, 500,000 Hong Kong residents took to the streets to voice their concerns about potential encroachment of their fundamental freedoms. At that time, the government withdrew the bill, as the eyes of not only Hong Kong but also the world were upon it. But the Hong Kong authorities, really the lackeys of Beijing, simply were biding their time for when they could reintroduce it. They did so 2 decades later to a very different outcome as the entire world slept. Earlier this month, on March 8th, the Hong Kong government tabled Article 23 bill before the Legislative Council, or LEGO, and merely 8 days after the end of the so-called consultation period, during which time the government withheld the draft bill from the public. The quote-unquote patriots-only Legislative Council, again filled and pushed by the lackeys of Beijing, rubber-stamped the bill within 10 days, waiving the usual notice period. This infamous, horrific law goes into effect tomorrow after a process that took little over 50 days. During these 50 days, there have been no observable opposition voices coming out of Hong Kong. The Hong Kong government would like people to believe that's because there is a public consensus to pass the law. But that's utter nonsense. Nothing could be further from the truth. Civil society has been demolished inside of Hong Kong. Invoking the national security law that took effect in July of 2020, Hong Kong authorities have arrested civil society activists, especially those who provide aid to political prisoners. The unilaterally imposed national security law destroyed Hong Kong's democratic institutions literally overnight. This dramatic change was in part enabled by the CCP's insidious United Front operations, which seek to co-opt non-party elements of the society to do the Chinese Communist Party's bidding. Like termites that slowly destroy the beams and columns of a building, the CCP's United Front's work has been eroding Hong Kong's societal and political structures even before the handover of 1997. When democratic safeguards become too much of an inconvenience, the Chinese Communist Party pulled the string and the whole building collapsed.